Good morning. My name is Derek Tsuyoshi, and I will be your chairperson for today's Nirvana Day service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? If so, welcome to your temple. Could those of you sitting near them please help them find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we will have Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by the sutra chanting Juseige on page 23 in the Little Book or page 93 in the Big Book. Now please stand for Gatha, Amida's Paradise, which is on page 36 of the small service book, followed by the Golden Chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book or page 15 in the big book under Golden Chain 1.
There is a blessed country beyond the western sky, a land of joy and sunshine, Amida's paradise. There trees and fragrant flowers in wondrous beauty grow, and through the sunlit meadows the rippling streamlets flow, bright with a rainbow colors, the sparkling fountains play, and birds of radiant plumage send out their music gay. Their happy hearts of children with joyful songs and play in that fair land of sunshine shall spend an endless day.
The Golden Chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida
Namo
Butsu.
Amida Butsu.
Now we'll have a lesson by Mr. Akizuki.
Please join me in Kansho in reciting the Nambutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning. Welcome to everyone in the Hondo or at home. We're glad you could join us. If you're observing Easter, happy Easter to you all. So I'm going to have some slides here. So first one. It's about compassion. Okay, so we're going to go to the next one. Who knows who this is? The animal, not the human. Anybody? A panda, but the panda has a name. Does anyone know this is a very specific panda? No? Okay, next slide. He's the main character in the TV series, Stillwater, which is on Apple TV+. Stillwater is based on characters created by John J. Muth, that's M-U-T-H, who writes and illustrates comic books, graphic novels, and children's picture books. Stillwater is based on one of his picture books, Zen Shorts, Z-E-N, like in Zen Buddhism. So it's become a series of books. Many of the stories, but not all of them, or based on Zen stories, on Buddhist stories. Muth, actually, he studied calligraphy in Japan, and he practices Zen Buddhism. So a little bit about Stillwater. Stillwater lives in a house, kind of an Asian architecture house. It has a garden and has a pond with fish in it. He lives next door to 3 human children, Carl, Addie, and Michael. And each episode is his dealings with these children. Each episode is about 30 minutes long, and he has them talking in 2 stories. And it's something that happens in their lives, and then he tells a story that kind of like applies to the situation they're going through. So here's one that's called A Gift of Compassion. So Carl is playing a labyrinth maze game, like this one. Yeah, yes. Oh, nope. I'm sorry, that's the book. That's the first book. So go flip, and then the next one. So you know what this game is? Have you ever seen this game? It's kind of like, you're trying to get the ball from one end to the other, but there are these holes in it. So you have to kind of like tilt the top of it, and it goes, but oftentimes it falls into the hole and you lose. So you have to make it all to the end. So Carl is playing this, and Carl is the youngest of the children, and he's having a really difficult time. He can't get the ball to the end. And Addie is patiently waiting for her turn to play, but Carl he just keep on playing time after time after time. And Addie says, "Carl, can I have a turn now?" "I'm not finished," Carl said. "The game is for all of us," Addie said. "I know, but I'm not finished." "How much time do you need?" Addie asked. "A million zillion years." So after she tries to calm herself, and interestingly, she tries to calm herself with these exercises that apparently Stillwater has taught her. She kind of sits and she takes deep breaths and a couple deep breaths, but it doesn't work. So she goes outside. She hears a strange sound. It's kind of like this musical sound, but not really music. It's just kind of like noises. Stillwater's playing something. It's playing something shaped like this. And she asks Stillwater about it. She goes over to Stillwater's house and asks him about it. And Stillwater says he's playing something called a xiao, X-I-A-O. It's a Chinese instrument, kind of like a shakuhachi, which is a Japanese version of the same instrument, I think. But Stillwater says, I don't think panda lips are the right size to make a beautiful sound coming out of the xiao. But then Stillwater says, it's time to scoop leaves out of the pond. And Addie says, well, why do you scoop leaves out of the pond? And Stillwater says, I like a clean pond, and so do the fish. I also like scooping leaves. Stillwater says it reminds him of a story of a monk he once knew. So Master Chu and Master Chu's young student Ying are washing their bowls by the river. And Ying sees something strange floating in the water, coming up to them. It was a scorpion. Now, scorpions don't swim, right? So Ying said it must have fallen into the water. Master Chu says, if we don't help it, it will surely drown. Yes, we must help, Ying said. And Ying kind of bends over to kind of pick it up, and then Ying pulls back. And Ying says, forgive me, teacher. Scorpions have pinching claws and a stinging tail. Not to worry, my child, I will try. So Master Chu picks up the scorpion. Ouch! She got stung. But she places the scorpion down, and they said, I'll be fine, my young friend, Master Chu told Ying. A little while later, Ying sees a familiar sight in the river. It's the scorpion again. The scorpion had fallen into the water again. So Master Chu says, let us hope it will be gentle this time. So Master Chu picks up the scorpion again, and this time carries it up the hill away from the river. She's about to set it down. Ouch! She got stung again. Ying says, teacher, why do you continue to save the scorpion when you know it is in its nature to sting? Master Chu says, because it is in my nature to save it. Saving a life is surely worth the chance of a sting. So that's the end of the story. And Addie says, she thinks about it, and she asked Stillwater, why didn't Master Chu just use her bowl to scoop up the scorpion? That's a good point, right? And Stillwater says, I never thought of that, Addie. I suppose Master Chu was long in kindness, but short in good ideas. So as they're walking away from the pond, Addie tells Stillwater about the maze game and how Carl has been hogging it all day long and won't give her a chance to play. Stillwater says, that sounds a little bit like the scorpion, doesn't it? Is it in Carl's nature to share so willingly? Not really, Addie said. He's still a little kid. Maybe I need to try something different. Stillwater said, just like the monk should have. Thank you, Stillwater. You're welcome, Addie. And Addie thinks to herself, maybe I need to try something different as well. So Addie goes back into the house, and Carl is still playing, and Carl's still having a really difficult time. He's kind of just yelling, and he just can't get the ball. So Addie says, it looks like you're having a hard time. Would you like some help? We could maybe do it together. Okay, Carl said. So they put their hands on the knobs. The knobs kind of control the top of it. So one of them controls two knobs, the other two knobs. And they try to do it, and it falls in again. And so they're going to try again. And just about then, they hear some beautiful music. It's Stillwater. And Addie says, he must have tried something different too. So then the last scene of this story is Stillwater. He's making music he attached the mouthpiece of the xiao to a hand pump. And he taped it to the top of the hand pump, and he's pumping it with one hand and playing the notes with his other hand. So I don't really know if Addie and Carl, they won the game or not. That's really not the point of the game. I think the point of the game is to teach us about compassion, helping others, right? And there's more than one way to help others, right? So Master Chu picked up the scorpion, but Addie said, well, you could have just used the bowl to pick up the scorpion, and you would have avoided being stung. So I think that's the point of being compassionate, looking at the world in different ways. Even if the master shows you this way, maybe there's another way, right? And I think that's the lesson of Stillwater in this story. So Stillwater, there are 3 seasons of Stillwater on Apple TV+, and there are a number of books. So if you look at John, J-O-N-J, Muth, M-U-T-H, you could find a number of these books. And I think most of them are based on Buddhist stories. So, and they're for children pretty much preschool to like early elementary school, I think. So let me know what you think about Stillwater. Maybe I'll keep on watching and maybe tell another story about Stillwater. But please join me in Gassho and reciting in Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Mr. Akizuki. We will now have Gatha Sayonara on page 103 in the Little Service Book, followed by the Promise located on page 5 in the Little Book or page 15 in the Big Book.
Sayonara minasan go kigen yo. Sayonara sensei. 生を大事に楽しい今度の集いまで。
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
ナモアミダ仏。
Namo Amida
ナ
Butsu.
モアミダ仏。
Namo Amida
ナモアミダ
Butsu.
仏。
Thank you, Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Mr. Akizuki, Mrs. Tanabe, organist Mr. Yoshihara, and AV Tech Mr. Kitigawa. Are there any announcements?
Next week is Hanamatsuri. Hanamatsuri service will be in the annex at 10 o'clock. It's a joint family service. And our guest speaker will be Mr. Jones, Reverend Jones of our new, not minister assistant, he's a Tokudo minister assistant. So he has the rank or the title of Reverend now. So Reverend Jones will be our speaker next week, Sunday, 10 o'clock, again, in the annex building for Hanamatsuri. Anybody else? My voice is cracking this one here. That's it.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Before you go, the high school class needs an extra adult today. I don't have it, so sorry. Just don't do it. So if you can, please make your way to the little chapel. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Shopping. Yeah, it'll be summer, so it'll be kind of warm. Should be a nice trip. See ya. Thank you. Good morning. You're back.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to this morning's service. My name is David Tsukimura, and I'll be your chairperson for today's service. Just as a reminder, please, there's no food or drink in the Hondo, and please silence your cell phones. Do we have anybody new here this morning? Great, thanks. Okay. We'll begin this morning's service with Sambujo on page 24 in the large service book, followed by sutra chanting Juseige on page 29 or 23 in the small Dharma school service book, and page 93 in the large service book. Can I ask everybody to please rise for Gatha Seiya on page 226 in the large service book? And then please remain standing for the three treasures, which is on page 3 in the small Dharma service book.
So we are reading the Three Treasures, which is on the page 3 on the smaller book. Okay. Three Treasures. Hard is it to bond into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Breath One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of enlightenment and awaken ourselves our spring will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together become submerged in the depth of their doctrine and gaze with an easy ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May all together become units in true accord in your lifelong harmony, in your spiritual universal oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Please show me in Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Now we'll have this morning's Dharma talk by Reverend Mikame.
Good morning, everyone. Ohayou gozaimasu. Welcome to this temple, to those who come regularly, and to everyone watching the live stream from the home on YouTube. Again, at the beginning of the service, my talk, I'd like to read the Wasan hymn written by our founder Shinran Shonin. Please show me in Kansho. The Buddha of inconceivable light under Lokeshvara Raja Buddha selected the best qualities from among all the Pure Lands of 10 quarters to establish the primal vow. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Okay, thank you very much. In Jodo Shinshu tradition, there's a sutra called Shoshinge, which is suggested to be chanted on a daily basis. Have you heard of it? Shoshinge. Yeah. So this sutra is not often chanted in Jodoshu temples in the United States because it is a little bit long. So it will take about 40 minutes. Yeah. So I think whether someone feels this is long or short, or whether they find it appreciable, varies from maybe person to person. We chant Shoshinge in this temple, mainly for funeral services and year-end service? Yeah, year-end service. However, it is a very important sutra that expresses essence of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism as taught by our founder Shinran Shonin. So, regardless of its length, if you have a chance, if you have a time, I highly recommend reading at least the translation. So maybe it is a good time to open the book to look at the kind of the Shoshinge. It's on the 33 on the big sutra book, starting with the Kimyo Muryo Junyorai and going. And the first part of the sutra describes why Amida Buddha became a Buddha, and why Amida made a wish for us, all the sentient beings. And the third line of sutra, starting with the Hozo Bosatsu Inniji, describes the characters who appears in the sutra. They are Hozo Bosatsu, or Bodhisattva Dhammakara, and Buddha Lokeshvaraja, Sejizai Obutsu, and the fourth line, Sejizai Obutsu, and Hozo Bosatsu. Hozo Bosatsu is a Buddha Dhammakara, Bodhisattva, and Sejizai Obutsu is a Buddha Lokeshvaraja. The encounter between the two is described in the larger sutra. According to the larger sutra, at that time, there was a king who, having heard the exposition of Dharma, rejoiced his kingdom and throne, and became a monk named Dharmakara. Having superior intelligence, courage, and wisdom, he distinguished himself in the world. The sutra says that Dhammakara Bodhisattva, who eventually became Amida Buddha, was a king of a country. The king met the Buddha Lokeshvaraja and heard the teaching of Buddha and was profoundly inspired to become a practicer to seek the truth. The king renounced his throne, his family, his country, and everything, and became a practicer, which is the starting point of Amida Buddha. I think this is very important to know that the one who eventually became a Dhammakara Bodhisattva and Amida Buddha was a king of a country. And what made him end up renouncing everything? I have never been a king or leader of a country, so I have no idea what position it was like, what responsibilities you needed to have, what kind of life it was like. When I imagine what it would be like to be a king or queen of a country, I think I will be spoiled with a luxurious lifestyle and pampered by everyone. But I think it would be better not to be a king or queen after all. there's a TV series called Shogun that is recently popular worldwide. Have you heard of it? Yeah. Have you all seen it? Okay. I don't want to be a spoiler, but I would like to tell you the rough story of Shogun. Shogun is set in the 17th century in Japan, tells the story of English sailor John Blackthorne, who is shipwrecked off the coast of Japan and captured by the group of samurai. And Shogun follows John, who became a samurai warrior, but is unknowingly a pawn in Yoshi Toranaga's plan to become a shogun. This is a kind of rough story, Shogun. Generally, Japanese themed drama, like movies and dramas filmed in Hollywood, seems to be a little strange to me because they depict Japan, that Americans or people who are outside of Japan, imagine. So they speak weird Japanese with English accent and eat the strange Japanese food that I have never seen in the films. Yeah. However, Hiroyuki Sanada, do you know them? Yeah. Hiroyuki Sanada is a main actor and director of this drama series. So even though it was filmed mainly in Canada, the movements of the actors and other details are very, very much in line with the behavior of samurai of the time, making it a historical drama with any sense of incongruity. And I heard that it is very watchable as a historical drama without the sense of discomfort. I usually do not watch such samurai dramas, but I have started watching them because of their reputation. Combined with the Hollywood filming techniques and the director Sanada-san's special attention to his actors, I thought this was the most realistic and dynamic samurai drama I have ever seen. So I really enjoy watching the drama. So I highly recommend you to watching this. However, every time I watch historical dramas or movies like that, I always notice the plethora of battle scenes. Especially this is a samurai era. It seems to portray an era where one's words or actions carries the weights of life and death. If someone acted suspiciously and insultingly, they were at the risk of being swiftly shot or killed with a sword. Alternatively, they might face the threat of violence with a sword or gun to enforce the compliance with demands. So regardless of Japanese samurai dramas, every time I watch historical dramas of any country, someone hurts someone else, or sometimes takes someone's life. Sometimes it is so brutal that it is hard to believe that it actually happened. At times, relatives would have had to kill each other, and they would have had to kill and entrap a number of people in order to get what they wanted in order to reach the pinnacle of their power. Also, even if you made it to the top of the top and become a king, those around you would still attack you as they once did to you. I imagine that he would have been constantly on the lookout for who could be trusted, who would be his friend, and who would be his foe, and he would have lived his life looking at the faces of those around him. If they thought someone was a threat or a threat to their position, they would have had to kill the person as well, no matter how close they were. Therefore, I imagine that the position of the king was not an easy one. Then the king must have met the Buddha Lokshpalaja and learned that there was another way of live after listening to the Buddha's teachings. I believe that Bodhisattva Dharmakara, who was a king, was ordained because he thought, I too would like to live another way of life like the Buddha. And I wish all too would live harmonious and peaceful way of life like Buddha. I believe this was the starting point of Amida's wish. The poet Mitsuo Aida wrote the following poem. When we compete, there is never enough. When we share, there is plenty. Competing breeds hatred. Sharing brings peace. One more time. When we compete, there is never enough. When we share, there is plenty. Competing breeds hatred. Sharing brings peace. Which of these two ways of life do you choose to live today? Which way do you want to live? When I think about this, I believe if I can feel the heart of Amida Buddha towards us and the wish. Many people often say that with nostalgia, oh, the old days were good. I think that is the true feeling of that person. After watching the historical dramas like this and seeing events unfolding in the society in this country today, as well as the news of situations and the wars in the various countries on the TVs or internet, I sometimes wonder if things haven't changed much then and now. People still oppress, discriminate against, and hurt others with words and actions when it's inconvenient for them. Though times, situations, and the method may have changed, these aspects still exist in the human world today. I can't help but think the humans have been doing the same things for a long time. If circumstances align for me, there's a possibility I might get involved in or engage in such actions to the greater or lesser extent. The Buddha encourages me to reflect upon my own life and suggests, isn't there another way of living? Since you're being born into this world, let's awaken together to what it truly means to cherish life. I will guide you to the Buddha's world, protect you, and surely make you attain true and real Buddhahood. Let's walk this path together. This constant encouragement is directed toward me, who continues to live in the same way, then and now. That wish is now dynamically embodied in our Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. So if you wouldn't mind, please try to kind of join me in Kansho and then recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. This is the embodiment of the Namo Amida Buddha's enlightenment, which tells us that Buddha's readiness to make us attain Buddhahood. As we listen to the teachings repeatedly, we gradually delve deeper and deeper into the significance of Buddha's wish towards our lives, reflecting on our own lives. So not only in the good times, but also in the bad times. Anytime when my heart is not turned toward the Buddha, we realize that we are already within the great wish of Amida, and that gives us the great support to live here and now. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your kind attention. I'd like to close my talk with saying Namo Amida Butsu in Gassho. Please show me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend. Now, will the audience please rise for Gatha Ondokusan II on page 76 in the small service book.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Do we have any announcements this morning?
Next week is Hanamatsuri, and the Hanamatsuri service will take place in the annex, and at 10 o'clock. It'll be a family service, and our speaker for the morning will be Reverend Michael Jones, so please do plan to come and join us for the Hanamatsuri service next week, 10 o'clock, over in the annex. That's it. Any other announcements? Anything else? Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Great. Thank you, Rinba Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Dennis Akizuki, and Sumi Tanabe, organist Michael Yoshihara, and AV Tech Kevin Kirigawa. We'll now have a closing gassho and then invite everybody up for an incense offering following.
Gassho, please. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Thank you very much, everyone.